doing, guys? This is your boy At Tunes in front of the Man Cave, coming at you once again from the Man Cave. With some tunes in the background, of course, as always. This time we have Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. It's a live performance bootleg from Ritz, Stockholm. Date marked April 23rd, 1987. Who in the world ever knows whether or not these dates are correct? Obviously, with bootlegs, you get all kind of dates on it when you know it to be different dates from yourself from being such a fan. But I can tell you, Nick Cave, one of my absolute favorite artists ever, period, end of story. Killer bootleg. If you stumble upon a copy, I highly recommend you pick it up. Awesome. Today, here to talk about a little bit of my love for jazz records and a recent holy crap jazz haul that I just had. Major purchase / trade with my boy Noble Records. Really killer stuff. I've already listened to a lot of it. Now newly prized parts of my collection. So thanks, Dylan. First I want to talk about the price of original jazz pressings, especially Blue Note, Prestige, Impulse. If they're originals, these things go for crazy cash. And for a fan like me, for a guy who likes having original records, that's not to say that I won't buy reissues. I have plenty. Anybody who knows me and my collection knows that. But if I can get my hands on a good original, especially of an album I love for a good price, that's me. That's where I'm at. Unfortunately, most of the time, if you can get an original Blue Note or an original Impulse or Prestige at a decent price, that means it's beat on a crack. That's usually what it means. There are exceptions, but first of all, I want to address the people who believe that only originals are good and that you can't get any decent reissues, and originals always the way to go, even if you have to break your pockets and it's just nonsense. Couple of examples. I have a John Coltrane 2LP, 45 RPM copy, 2,500 sold worldwide, of my favorite John Coltrane album, Giant Steps. Guys, this thing is killer. It hauls the mail. I love it. It sounds pristine. I have an original copy, and to be honest with you, this is where I go for sound. For sound of my favorite Coltrane album, one of my favorite albums, period. This is where it's at. Unfortunately, now with all 2,500 copies already accounted for, even this thing is pricey as hell, so be careful. At the time I got it, it was not so pricey. It was reasonably priced, but a lot more reasonably priced than an original, to say. Analog Productions, 2LP, 45 RPM again, edition of John Coltrane's masterpiece, one of the greatest albums ever released, A Love Supreme. Been a big part of my collection for a long time. Killer, 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 killer. All Analog Productions jazz reissues, in my humble and honest opinion, are absolutely stellar, absolutely rival, good conditioned jazz originals for sound, in my opinion. Killer. Absolutely stellar. Furthermore, proof that you don't always have to have the jazz original to have the peak of sound. And of course, plenty of you guys are going to be familiar with this one. Miles Davis, iconic Kind of Blue, original master recording, because everybody knows everything Mo-Fi touches is gold. Anybody who wants to talk bad about this reissue, I don't know what to say for you. If you're gonna hate on this reissue, you probably should find another channel to follow, because I have an original Miles mono misspelled cover, actually, with a Cannonball Adderley's name misspelled on the front. Paid good money for it. Killer, really good condition, but this one sounds better, guys. Yeah, that one sounds better, and you can still get it at a reasonable price. The main reason I'm bringing you guys here to talk about the phenomenal jazz score, again, purchase / trade that I had with my boy at Noble Records last weekend. I just want to really quickly run through some of the heat that I got from him last weekend. I got some other things besides just jazz, almost exclusively jazz, but not completely jazz. But that's what I want to focus on today is the jazz, and I'm basically gonna start from what I deem to be not the most heat and go all the way down to what I value the most. So if you're not feeling the first 5 or 6 that I show you, please stick around. These are killer. I've got the real heat saved for the very end. This one, Japanese pressing, phenomenal. Norman Granz presents Jazz at the Philharmonic in Europe. Guys, Stan Getz is on this. Dizzy Gillespie. Mono press. The thing barely looks like it's been played, guys. I mean, I gave it a good cleaning like I do all of my records, but it didn't look like it much needed it. Killer. Haven't had a chance to throw it on the turntable yet, but really looking forward to it. Once again, Japanese pressing. Dizzy Gillespie. Jimbo Caribe. I hope I'm saying that right, guys. I'm probably not. I'm Southern. You throw a Southern accent on pretty much any kind of foreign, it's not going to sound right, and probably not. So please correct me if I didn't say that right. Just don't be a douche about it. Time Out. Can't believe I didn't have this record before last week. The Dave Brubeck Quartet, obviously, jazz classic. What's funny is I was actually looking through one of Dylan's crates and found a reissue, audiophile reissue, but a reissue. And I got it in a stack, and we're going through price and everything like he and I always do business. And he gets to that one. I said, can you believe I don't have this one? And he goes, dude, you want an original? Like, you know me, dude. Of course I want an original. So he goes through there, gets me a 6i original Columbia. Thank you, Dylan. Stellar. Can't wait to throw it on the table. Groovin' with Jug. Richard Holmes. Gene Ammons. The cover is kind of wrecked, but this is an original mono pressing, guys. Again, the cover's wrecked, but the wax itself looks great. Have no idea what it sounds like. No, I cleaned it up like I always do. Maybe I'll let you guys know in a future video about the sound of most of these things. I will let you know about the ones I've already played. Jam Session, number 4. This is also a Japanese pressing, just doesn't have the OBI, which you'd be amazed at how often, if you sell records or if you collect records as much as I do, you probably won't be. But if you're a newbie, if you're a newcomer to this, you probably will be shocked at just how often the lack of the presence of the OBI drops the value on these Japanese pressings. But it doesn't do a damn thing for the sound, to hurt the sound. Still sounds stellar. Can't wait to throw that on. All right, here's where I'm getting to some of the heat. Goodness by Houston Person. This is on Prestige. You didn't play on Prestige unless you were killer. You just didn't. Prestige didn't have a bunch of bums playing on their label. If you're on Prestige or Impulse or Blue Note, you were serious about your craft, guys. And this is a really underappreciated record in my opinion. If you've never heard of Houston Person, please look him up. This is an album that I have previously owned on CD, now finally own on wax. Very stoked to have it. Guys, the next couple of records we're getting into some serious audiophile stuff. I love my audiophiles. Lost Recordings, Dave Brubeck Quartet. These are hand numbered. I'm not exactly nope, never mind, now I am. That's what I get for speaking before I read. Only 900 of these things in the world, guys. 900 of them. Mine's hand number 234. This thing hauls the mail. I have played it. It's killer. Killer audiophile sound, man. If you guys ever stumble across it, the only problem is the 900 have been sold. They're in circulation, so expect to pay a pretty penny for this one, unfortunately. But if you do stumble across it for anything kind of sort of reasonable, Tonto, jump on it. The next one, same kind of deal. Heavy duty, holy crap, audiophile press. the Lost Recordings. Lost Recordings, Bill Evans Trio, live at Hilversum, 1968. Same deal, only 900 of them in existence. Mine is hand numbered 369. Again, can't stress just how much this one hauls the mail, guys. It's awesome, it's phenomenal. I love it. But once again, all 900 copies are in circulation, so you're going to pay a little bit to get one. And if you find one for decent, jump on. Now, guys, can't wait to take you through these. We're coming up on some 10 inches. Original 10 inches. I don't need to stress how difficult it is to come across these things. Any of you guys have collected any records, and any of you guys especially who've gone after any jazz records and want like these original Miles Davis or Lou Donaldson or Clifford Brown, Max Roach kind of 10 inches, any of you guys who've gone for those, know how difficult they are to find and know how expensive they are once you do. This is Jazz Tone Society. It is a sampler, compilation kind of deal, but some serious heat playing on this one, guys. You got the Charlie Parker All-Stars, the Art Tatum Trio, Coleman Hawkins Quartet is on this, the Errol Garner Trio is on this, guys. Pretty decent shape, killer. Got Rock the Blues by Count Basie and his orchestra. Haven't played it yet. It looks like its target audience is pretty obvious, and trying to advertise a little bit of fun, so I am looking forward to hearing it. Battle of Jazz, Volume 1. Bud Freeman and the Summa Cum Laude Orchestra, and Joe Marsala and his orchestra on 1 10-inch. Looking forward to it. Shelly Manne, Volume 2. Shelly Manne and his men, Volume 2. Again, original mono. All these bad boys are originals. Imagine My Delight, as if it isn't obvious. Fats Waller, first editions. Killer, guys. Killer. I can't wait to get into it. Gary Mulligan and his Tintet. Man, Gary Mulligan's on this. Chet Baker, Don Gross, Don Davidson. Some serious heavy hitters on this, guys. Lee Konitz and the Gary Mulligan Quartet. Once again, original 10-inch. The Gary Mulligan Quartet. June Christie, Something Cool. A couple of these guys, like this one, aren't really worth much, but damn it, they're cool to have. And they're rare, and you're not going to just roll up in them anytime that you go into your local neighborhood record store. So, once again, I'm pretty damn proud to have them. So, June Christie, Something Cool. Here's where we get into some more of my personal favorites, guys. The real heavy hitters for me. The prized possessions of my recent collection. Johnny Smith, very, for my opinion anyway, underrated, underappreciated artist. In a sentimental mood. The cover is wrecked. Needs to be taped together. But hopefully there's nothing wrong with the music. I gave her a good cleaning. We'll find out. Ink Spots, Volume 1, guys. Looking very much forward to hearing this one. Jazz at Massey Hall, guys. Charlie Mingus plays on this. I don't think I have to say anything else, but just in case I do, you also have Charlie Chan, Dizzy Gillespie, Bud Powell, and Max Roach. That's on 1 10-inch. This is one of the more valuable ones that I picked up. Man, I can't wait to throw it on. It's getting the one that I played this morning. Background noise, of course. But not so much that you can't hear the jazz excellence on this. Two of my favorite jazz musicians of all time. The great Lou Donaldson on alto sax. The great Clifford Brown on trumpet. Oh man, new faces, new sounds. Cover is intact. Piece of tape's holding the bottom seam together, but the rest of it is perfectly intact. The record plays still great with a little background noise. Oh my God. Man, I was so thrilled to come across that one. Okay, here's one that, according to my research and my background research, isn't worth a whole lot of money, but I'm glad to have it anyway. The Dave Brubeck Trio. Distinctive rhythm instrumentals. Love Dave Brubeck. Here's what's cool about this one. It's original mono. Not only that, when I get to it, I'll show you. Red wax. Red wax from the 50s. I didn't even know they did that. If you guys are sitting there thinking, damn, Chris, I thought you knew about vinyl. Well, of course I knew that, but I didn't. Learn something new every day in this hobby. One of my favorite things about it. But, man, I'm psyched to have this one. My research showed that they're only selling for like $10 on Instagram. But, excuse me, not Instagram. eBay and Discogs. But I don't care. I'm thrilled to have it. You guys, excuse me for 1 minute. Paul, I apologize for that, guys, but who in the world wants to listen to dead wax go round and round and round? I certainly don't. I thought I'd have to be done with this video before then, but apparently I like to talk. The Modern Jazz Quartet with Milt Jackson, Percy Heath, Kenny Clark, and John Lewis. One of the more valuable ones. I found them going for upwards of $90. Man, this is killer. I didn't pay that much for it because, well, I had an awesome seller on Prestige. Once again, anything Prestige original, you're gonna pay a little money for. The Modern Jazz Quartet, once again on Prestige. Milt Jackson, John Lewis, Percy Heath, Kenny Clark. Another of my favorite scores in here. Max Roach and Clifford Brown. G&P Volume 5. G&P for Gene Norman Presents. Hadn't had a chance to throw that one on yet. Can't wait. Holy crap. Miles Davis with Sonny Rollins, guys. Horace Silver, Percy Heath, and Kenny Clark, all also on this one. How can you look at this one and not get goosebumps as a jazz fan? This is killer. Man, I'm thrilled to have it. More Miles. The name of this one is French Words. Not really. I can't say that. I'm not going to pretend like I can. Let's just say I'm stoked to have it. I don't buy very many 7-inches, but I thought this one was really cool. Duke's DJ Special, 7-inch. Really cool, neat little 7-inch in my opinion. Promo copy. Man, it's Duke Ellington, guys. I hope I don't have to say anything else. It's the Duke. All right, now we're getting to some 12-inch original Blue Notes. I saved the true heat, the ones I'm absolutely the happiest to have for the absolute very end. Can't wait to show you guys. Good Deal by the Three Sounds. Original mono pressing. After a good cleaning, she sounds phenomenal. And I do mean phenomenal. My goodness. I'm so thrilled to have it. I don't know what else to say. Let me tell you about it. Leo Parker. Original Blue Note, mono, of course. Another one that, man, it's 60 years old, but you can hardly tell by listening to it. I've listened to 10-year-old records in worse shape that sounded worse. And I'm thrilled to have it. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about these guys. Another Three Sounds. Here we come. Once again, original Blue Note, mono. Not quite as good as the Good Deal record, but I still really like it. My absolute favorite score in the whole collection. Face to Face. Original mono, Blue Note. Babyface Willette. Babyface Willette. Fred Jackson on tenor sax. Grant Green. The legendary Grant Green on guitar. I like anything with Grant Green on it. I just do. And Ben Dixon on the drums. Man, Dylan didn't want to give this one up, you guys. I had to really do some negotiating to get this one. I had to politic like crazy. I had to bring all kinds of killer wax for trades, including a couple that I really did not want to trade. But that's the thing about trading wax, you guys, and I know a lot of you know this. Those of you who have never traded wax, we'll find out one day that you got to trade heat for heat, and sometimes it's records you don't want to give up. But if you can get something like this, interesting side story to this one. What finally made at Noble Records, Dylan as I call him, trade that one was the condition that the price we settled on. I'm never going to discuss money. That's between he and I. Was the money, of course, and he found a $13 reissue on eBay, and I had to buy it and have it sent to his house to close out the deal, which I gladly did. I did it on the way out of his driveway. Full disclosure. That's all the jazz gold from the score, but one more piece, which I only bought because I've never heard of it. I can't find it online. This thing is a mystery to me. If you guys could help me out, I'd be much obliged. The Ed Husted Trio. I think I'm saying that right. It's on a label called Meteor. I've never heard of this record or this gentleman or this trio ever. Not ever. It's not on Discogs. I don't think it's sold on Discogs. I don't think, because obviously I couldn't find a listing of it. And I didn't look on eBay, but maybe it's on there. But if you guys know anything at all about this record, hit me up. I'm going to throw it on here in a little bit to see what it sounds like. I can't wait to find out. But, man, real mystery to me. If you guys know anything about it at all, holler at your boy at Tunes from the Man Cave or in the comments. I'd really like to know something about this record. It would be awesome. Anyway, guys, I've used up way more of your time than I ever intended to use up on this video. Until next video, you guys hit me up on Instagram at Tunes from the Man Cave, and keep dropping the needle, you guys. I'll holler at you next time.